Hey, everybody.
Oh, hey.
Todd Jeffries here.
How you doing? My name's Don Pryor.
How about that?
I'm the Don part of the Todd Don show.
Yeah, and every third Friday of the month, and we're a little bit late. We should have did this Friday, but we're doing it today. We like to get together on behalf of Texas Mutual Insurance Company to talk a little about technology and just some things in the news that are high-tech, and we just want you to join us.
Absolutely.
You can post questions below. We'll read the questions if they're not profane, and if they are, we'll save them for the show on air tomorrow.
That's right. We'll enjoy them either way.
Amazon, as you know, they pulled out, and the folks of New York, the Queens area, spent the weekend talking about Amazon taking their ball and going home.
Yeah.
And leaving behind 25,000 jobs that could have been created.
Incredible.
Here's the deal. Amazon would have received about $3 billion in tax incentives, meaning they wouldn't pay certain taxes till they got to that $3 billion point, in exchange for creating the 25,000 jobs.
25,000.
Mayor de Blasio says this would have generated about $27 billion in annual economic buying power, and now they won't get it.
Nope.
There was a handful of Democrat lawmakers that didn't want Amazon, doesn't want Amazon anywhere on this planet, and apparently Amazon was listening.
I guess so. Did they get their feelings hurt? I don't know.
It was kind of happened overnight, real fast.
This thing might not be over, but Alexandria Cortez, was one of the driving forces behind this. She didn't quite get the concept that this was not $3 billion that they had in an account that they're going to hand to Amazon. She didn't get the concept that this is tax incentives.
Yeah,
These are tax cuts.
She said over the weekend that, we could spend that $3 billion to create jobs. Well, the money's not there.
Bless her heart.
And you know what? It's still not there.
Yeah.
And neither is the $27 billion that would have been generated with Amazon in that area.
But you and I were talking on the show earlier, and you kind of feel like maybe this isn't the end of this. Maybe
I'm starting to think that Amazon is calling a bluff.
Right.
Amazon is doing this to possibly get more tax incentives.
It's just business.
It's just business.
That's it.
That's what it is. But you didn't want Amazon here. Austin was on a short list.
Absolutely, it was.
What's different between New York and Austin in regards to creating 25,000 jobs?
Because I think New York probably has a bigger need for it than Austin, Texas.
You don't think there are people unemployed that here in Austin that would love that?
Of course there are, but there was going to be issues with traffic. There was going to be issues with housing. All of that. It was going to affect us in a negative way. And I just kind of felt like it was almost
$27 billion of economic power coming to the city.
I know.
You don't think that could have helped a few things? You don't think that could hire teachers, build roads and hospitals?
Of course it could, but we're already doing that. We're doing that in a big. There's a hospital going out. There's a Scott and White going up right now out in Oak Hill. We're doing great. We're doing fine.
We're doing fine. We don't need them.
Yeah.
Well, that's backwards thinking.
Although we still might get some jobs from this anyway.
We might get a few.
Talking about, if we're not going to put them in New York, we might put a few more down in Austin, a few thousand more.
Yeah.
We might benefit from this still.
So there's a company here in Texas. They specialize in geofencing. And to give you an idea what that means in layman's terms, geofencing basically, here's how it would work with scooters. And this is something they're pushing on, that they want the city to adopt to regulate scooters where they can go. We don't want them on the hike and bike trails, and there's certain parts of town where they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
With geofencing, if those scooters enter a no-go zone, then they would shut down.
Yeah.
Kind of, I think some golf courts, golf ranges have this.
They do.
It shuts the golf cart down when you get to a certain area. Geofencing.
Or they have a governor on the golf cart.
Right.
That will slow it down.
And this would be the same concept with geofencing on scooters to keep them off the hike and bike trails.
I wish we could take it one step further. And if the scooter gets in a place that it should not be, it actually shocks the rider. That would be good.
How many volts? How much electricity do you want to run through their body?
I'm a big fan of 12.
12 volts?
Yeah, always been 12, 14, whatever it takes.
Just put your tongue on that, right?
Yeah. And they are in places they shouldn't be. They are a problem. I know you don't like talking negative about the scooters. I know you don't necessarily
I don't mind that at all.
Negative scooter talk.
No, let me explain to you.
Please be specific.
I don't think you understand the language I'm using.
Maybe I don't.
I don't mind scooters being here at all. I don't mind the capitalistic nature of scooters making money and giving people rides. People love them. More than 2 million rides last year alone on scooters. That's pretty impactful. But they shouldn't be left in, on the sidewalks. They shouldn't be left in handicap parking spots either.
No.
Just like your car, if you leave a scooter in a handicapped parking space and you're not handicapped, then you should face a fine. And there's a way to track the person to the store you mentioned over the weekend.
Well, yeah, and I did experience that. I went to a restaurant over the weekend down on the UT campus, and we pull up to the handicap slot because I had my in-laws with me. As you know, my mother-in-law drinks. So we had to have.
She has to. Her daughter married you.
So we have the handicap thing hanging from the rear view. We're pulling into a handicap can't because there's a scooter there. So we got out and physically moved. Okay, Kim, my wife, got out.
Made her get out and do it.
Yeah, she moved it.
That's the kind of guy you are.
And I should have, in hindsight, I should have taken a picture of it. I should have reported that to line.
Sure. Whoever left it there should pay the penalty.
Yeah, come on.
Just like if you parked in a handicapped spot and you weren't supposed to.
I don't think anybody with a bad limp was riding that scooter. I don't think it was
I don't think anybody with a
justified.
handicap was on that scooter.
I don't think so. I don't think so. They just leave them wherever. And the amount of these scooters that are down on the UT campus right now is absolutely mind-boggling. But
how often are you on the UT campus, old man?
I drop through there by myself every now and then just to see what's going on.
You should be arrested.
No, we were down there. That's where the restaurant was, Dirty Martin's. Been here since the 20s. Iconic.
They only want scooters. They only want students to go to Dirty's.
It's working down there.
Yeah, absolutely, it is.
But when you see things like in the handicap parking, when you see things like riding on 29th Street in front of the car, that's a problem.
I just don't like the way you think everybody should lose a right or a privilege just because of a couple of ne'er-do-wells.
I really don't feel that way.
But that's what you're arguing. Because some people leave a scooter on the sidewalk because some people leave the scooter in a handicapped spot. You want to get rid of all scooters.
When we were going down the drag, everywhere you look, you could not look anywhere without seeing a scooter. Nowhere. And they're left on the sidewalk laying down. To me, it was an eyesore. To me, it looked cluttered. To me, it looked kind of
they should be
it was unappealing.
They should always be taken back to a docking station where they can be locked. And if they're not, whoever left it unlocked should face a stiffer penalty.
And get off my lawn.
And get off my lawn.
Please.
Right? Sure, absolutely. Yeah. Interesting story about office theft this morning. It's on my LinkedIn page at Todd Jeffries. Apparently, when it comes to company losses, theft, about 20% of that is coming from people stealing supplies in the office. Whiteout, Scotch tape.
Can't have enough whiteout.
Paper clips, staples. All of that stuff we all used a lot of in the 80s.
Yeah. Toilet paper. By the way, if you take toilet paper from this company, you're desperate. You're quite desperate.
It's sandpaper.
I don't think it's even one ply. It's barely a ply.
I stole coffee one time from this building.
Did you really?
A package of coffee.
Dude.
I had none at home, and I wanted coffee for the next morning so I could wake up and get here. I stole a package of coffee.
I'm sorry, I didn't see this coming. I'm not prepared for this.
Full
I'm
confession.
Not sure
Full
what
confession.
To say. I haven't stolen anything from this place. Nothing, other than a few jokes here and there. But that's about it.
Your own personal dignity.
So why would this be an issue? Why now?
Because the lines have been blurred, I think. More people are working from home officing. You're expected to answer those emails after hours and take those calls. So we've kind of blurred the lines between office and home.
It blurred the lines?
Blurred the lines.
Okay,
What'd I say?
Blurred?
Blurred?
Blurred the lines.
I don't think there's an N in there.
I don't know. Maybe I didn't hear it correctly.
Maybe I'm saying it incorrectly.
Maybe it was just fine. I don't know. I'm sorry to sidetrack you there.
I forgot what we were talking about.
You're talking about blurring the lines.
Well, what do you think? What's the problem?
That might be it. I can't for the life of me think that there's a sudden need or desire from the general public to have stolen office supplies. But this is big enough where it's an issue.
Look around this room. Look around this room.
Yeah?
Look around this room.
There's nothing here I want. Nothing. Not at all. Nope.
Let's give people
Hang on one second.
Let me give people a quick tour. That's my workstation. That's Eric's. There's Don's traffic booth. There's John Cooley getting ready for the news. That's Patrick Osborne's seat right there. Well, you're right, Don. There's nothing.
No.
There's nothing that we would want.
The stapler here.
You gonna take that?
Yeah, I think so. Check that out.
Put it in your. There. They won't even notice that. They won't even notice that.
Anyway, it's an issue.
Hey, everybody. Todd Jeffries, Don Pryor. Third Friday of the month. Brought to you by Texas Mutual Insurance Company. Move out of the way so they can see the logo right there. That right there is Texas Mutual Insurance Company. You own a business, you need to reach out to them. You need them. And great people. They've been in town, what?
69 years.
69 years, right here in Austin.
169 years.
Since before Austin was Austin.
That's right.
Texas Mutual Insurance Company has been helping small and medium and large businesses with workers' compensation insurance. So check them out online. Hey, Casey. Hey, Gwenda. Who else we got in the box there? Veronica, Casey, Tim, Catherine, Sigrid, Eric Geisler.
Oh, Geisler.
I
don't know that name.
I don't know that person. Jeff Unger. Jeff and I traded meat together.
Probably a good place to end it right there.
Deer meat. Hello.
Thanks for tuning in.
Hey, let's see. What's up, Kelly? There you go. All right. Well, listen. Join us again. And you can reach out to us at Todd Jeffries on LinkedIn, at Todd Jeffries, and at Don Pryor on social media.
You pointed at me and said Todd Jeffries. I'm
Did
Don
I?
Pryor. Yeah, you did.
I didn't mean to do that. I was pointing at the screen.
Okay. Anyway, check us out.
Am I having a hard time?
A little bit.
Really?
A little bit.
Wonder why that is. Have a great day.